The real first initial responsibility belongs to the parents and to none other. If you see and understand this problem as such, your attitude would be a different attitude towards your children altogether. So I think before I ask someone to call for prayer, I would tell little Imran a joke. He's very fond of jokes, and that is not very irrelevant to this situation either. It is about being too late. You see, sometimes you're too late and things have gone completely out of your hand, and even if you know the trick, you can't apply it. That is what I mean. Even if you tell everybody how your parents have brought up their children in their home, it is not within the means of everybody to follow them, because it is too late for them. The children have already passed beyond that age of receiving influences from parents. So the joke is about a wife, and an American wife for that matter. You know, in the modern days, it is the husbands in America who complain about the maltreatment at the hands of their wives, generally speaking. So the tables are reversed, are turned in favor of ladies in this respect. So one husband was talking to another and was complaining about his wife, how harsh she is, how she treats him, and how she deprives him of her freedom at home, at abroad, and doesn't look after him in any way, even is niggardly about her food and things. So the other friend, when he heard all this, he said, "But this does not happen in my house. My wife is so thoughtful, so caring, so kind and considerate in everything. All the time she wants to please me." So he said, How come it? It's very strange. How could it happen? He said, "Well, it could happen, but it's too late for you. Even if I tell you the secret, you will not be able to make avail of it. It's too late. It's all right, just for the satisfaction's sake, let me know how it happened." He said, "Well, I tell you." He said, "When I got married, in those days they belonged to a village, a rural area. So in those days it was a practice for the husband to take one horse alone, and he would carry the bride on the same horse with him, share the same horse with his wife. So this was a custom that indicating that they had become one. So he said, "I intentionally chose a mare who had the habit of stumbling." In Urdu we say nakhun lena. Some mares have a habit of stumbling, just missing one, one step. It's a special way, I don't know the technical term for that. In English, generally it can be called stumbling, but there must be some technical term. Those who know horse riding, they would know anyway. Let's forget about it for the time being. You understand what I mean? The mare had the habit of stumbling now and then. So when he brought his wife on the same mare, she stumbled on the way. So he said, "I told the mare, that is once." So things were forgotten for a while. Then she stumbled again. And he told his friend, of course, that then I addressed the mare again, and very firmly I told her, "That is twice." So the third time, the mare stumbled again. So he asked his wife to get down, and took the rifle up and shot the mare there and then. So the wife became very violent. She said, "What a beast you are! My parents have married me to a beast, not to a human being. Let's turn back from here and just leave me back in my home. I don't want to go a step further with you. After she had finished, he said, I told her that is once. And that was that. He said, never the twice has happened. But of course that was too late. Once a lady has the upper hand, then it's impossible to dislodge her. So once the children have got the upper hand of their parents in their upbringing, that's impossible to undo that damage you have done to your children. That is that.